The expanded edition of 2012's Dead or Alive entry has arrived in the form of Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate. Does the re-release of this fabled fighting franchise hit all the right points, or deliver a roundhouse kick to the face of fan expectation?
Take this!
Considering we live in a time where patches and free DLC can instantly update flaws and add new elements, the retail release of an updated Dead or Alive 5 can be somewhat baffling, especially since Ultimate holds true to most of the game's original design. Ultimate marks the definitive release of the game's experience, however for casual fans of its initial release, the improvements aren't worth a second investment. That being said, Ultimate is certainly a release for the competitive minded. With a more streamlined online interface, the addition of online ranked tag matches, and an improved in-depth training mode, competitive players certainly have a lot to keep them occupied. For anyone looking to truly appreciate the nuances of DOA's combat, the tutorial mode is a must and provides an instantly gratifying method to hone your skills. The divorce of Ultimate story and tutorial modes is by far the greatest addition to its re-release. Before running through its 40+ skill tests, my skills were comparable to that of a baboon mashing away at the controller, and Ultimate was a worse experience for it. Yet after some time spent learning the combat's intricacies, I was pulling off destructive combos that advantageously abused the stage's interactive environments. Furthermore, small tweaks to the game's fighting system have delivered the franchise's most balanced experience to date, and effectively corrected many of the flaws that experienced fighters had been able to abuse in its original. Besides fixing the bugs that plagued the first entry, 5 new characters have been added, along with heaps of new costumes. The term new, however, should be taken with a grain of salt, considering Leon and Ian harkened from the past DOA games, Rachel and Momoiji are representatives of the Ninja Gaiden franchise, and Jackie has made the jump across from Virtua Fighter. Notably, Ultimate Story Mode remains relatively unchanged in terms of content. The new characters aren't integrated at all, and the tutorials are gone, leaving a shell of an experience that will not be able to distract you from the horrendous lip-syncing, disjointed progression, and insanely ludicrous cause and effect fight situations. More often than not, I had absolutely no idea how the story fit together, and I seriously laughed out loud at the embarrassingly bad reasoning behind the fights.
I mean, it ain't gonna do you any good here, is it?
Hey, what do you mean it won't do me any good out here? I'll apologize for insulting my baby!
I understand that fighting games are rarely focused on creating a compelling story, but in this case, its complete removal would have been more preferable than the anguish this half-assed effort imparts on its player. Most shockingly, there is already planned paid DLC in the works for what is being marketed as the complete Dead or Alive 5 package. While not hampering the experience in any way, it is an important discrepancy for those expecting to receive all of the game's intended content.
Guess what? I'm entering the tournament. Hey, are you out here training for it too?
Ultimate is Team Ninja's answer to making Dead or Alive 5 a competition-worthy, competitive fighting game that simultaneously services its fans' desires. With incredibly tight gameplay mechanics and an improved online system, fans of the genre and the franchise will be tempted to pick this one up. However, if the original didn't interest you, the additional bells and whistles will do little to draw you in. Radio Respawn is giving Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate a 7.5 out of 10.